Verbal cues in rapid prompting method.
Why is it that most of the time, most of the autistic individuals are not looking at the keyboard?
Welcome to another video critique of facilitated communication. Today's video was suggested by a viewer. Thank you. It involves the inventor of rapid prompting methods, Soma Mukhopadhyay, weaning her client of visual cues. Growing pains. The description included with the video claims that the student is growing beyond the letterboard. This, according to Soma, means he needs to be weaned away from the letterboard and from the facilitator's presence. In this clip, Soma moves into the hallway and starts talking about Edgar Allan Poe.
So now I know, see? So I know teachers being present, that's a kind of a visual, like your environment, and now teacher not being present. So Edgar Allan Poe.
Questions. If RPM is a spelling technique, why would the student need to be weaned away from the letterboard? Why would someone spend all those hours teaching a student to point at a letterboard or a stencil on cue, only to take it away from him? That makes absolutely no sense to me. Critics' concerns about facilitator cueing isn't about the low or high-tech equipment used in spelling. Speech-language pathologists trained in evidence-based augmentative and alternative communication regularly match clients to the appropriate technique or device that meets their individual communication needs. They wouldn't teach someone to select letters on a letterboard and then refuse them access to it. Training of verbal cues. Unless this is some kind of speech lesson, which raises the question of whether Soma has the appropriate training and licensing to deliver speech-language services. This lesson appears to be designed to train individuals to listen for and respond to verbal cues. Listen as Soma calls out the letters she wants her student to say in response to questions she's asked. It's difficult to catch at first, but Soma adds the sound of the letter she wants her student to say at the end of the phrase, "your turn." It often sounds like a guttural sound that could easily be mistaken for part of her accent. But I think these sounds are purposeful because, as I'll show you, she says other letters clearly and without the added emphasis.
Wrote this ballad. So what did he write? My turn. B, your turn. A, my turn. L, your turn. L, and then A and D, ballad.
Soma doesn't add these extra sounds on the letter she says when it is her turn or when she repeats the letter her client says.
So what did he write? My turn. B, your turn. A, my turn. L, your turn. L, and then A and D, ballad.
Listen to the clip one more time and see if you can hear the verbal cues without annotations.
So what did he write? My turn. B, your turn. A, my turn. L, your turn. L, and then A and D, ballad.
These verbal cues are consistent throughout the lesson. Here's a short clip spelling the word city. She also uses the verbal prompt, say it, say it. See if you can pick up on the verbal cues without annotation.
C, your turn up. Say it up. I, and then T, and Y, city.
Summary. In today's video, we looked at an RPM session in which Soma claimed to be weaning her student from the letterboard. It's unclear why a student would need to be weaned from a letterboard if spelling was truly his main form of communication. Instead, we're seeing how RPM proponents train their clients to attend to subtle verbal cues that can easily be missed by an untrained ear. But as the person who sent me the link to this video stated, once you hear the verbal cue, you can't unhear it. Authorship testing. Proponents claim that in no-touch forms of FC, like RPM, that they cannot cue their clients. However, Soma's use of verbal cues raises questions of facilitator influence over letter selection. In a part of the video I cut out, we see Soma using a plastic letterboard held in the air to aid her client in spelling out a word. I would like to see what would happen to the individual's ability to spell letters accurately if the letterboard was placed on a stable surface. Soma was out of visual range and did not add inflections at the ends of words. The student was asked to spell a word without taking turns with the facilitator. In addition, I couldn't help but notice the student was yawning and seemed totally bored with the activity. Does he know what he's spelling? Especially if the words are broken up in bits and pieces. Or is he just echoing back what his facilitator is saying? The science. To date, there is no scientifically rigorous evidence to prove facilitated communication, spelling to communicate, rapid prompting method, or any of their variants produce independent communication. Controlled studies show that facilitators, not their clients, are producing the typed messages. Many organizations oppose the use of facilitator-reliant techniques. These include, but are not limited to, the American Speech-Language Hearing Association, American Association on Intellectual and Developmental Disabilities, American Psychological Association, Association for Behavior Analysis, Association for Science in Autism Treatment. These organizations cite the following reasons they encourage their members not to use facilitator-reliant techniques: lack of scientific evidence, prompt dependency, facilitator cueing and control over letter selection, potential harms including false allegations of abuse, lost opportunity costs, as individuals are prevented access to evidence-based forms of augmentative and alternative communication. For more information about FC, please visit facilitatedcommunication.org. Please subscribe, like, share, and comment to help grow this project. Thank you for watching until the very end. And remember, FC is not science.